Okay everyone, so I am here on Nadex again. I actually missed, I had this trade planned out from around 7,200, but I missed that drop. I was in the middle of a boot camp session and I was teaching, and we literally watched it together. I will mark up that for you and then go into the analysis behind the trade that I just entered, and we'll see what becomes of it. So I had this marked up here. Well, this was more of a zone here that you can see. High to low, 61.8 fib retracement, all that lined up nicely. I missed that entry. I was a little bummed about it, but it happens, right? It actually served as a good lesson to my student that I was working with on patience, and just sometimes you miss trades, and what do? Okay? It happens. So I mentioned to him how we were going to approach this trade and what we were going to do if the market does this, then we'll look to do this. Okay, so that if then syntax is taking shape as we speak, or as I speak and as you listen. And we had the breakout, okay, the initial breakout. All right, so keep in mind we have this larger channel, and I was looking to see if the Aussie news would, or this candle would break and close below this initial little trend line that we had here. Okay, that took place, and we've since kind of come back up and we're retesting it now. It kind of depends on how you draw it. It doesn't really matter how you draw it. We're retesting it, whether you connect as many wicks as possible or what. We're retesting it now. The strike I grabbed was 66. It was slightly in the money, or out of the money, I guess it would be. So 71.66, I entered right at the first test of that trend line. And let me go back and draw in the structural levels. So it's kind of a big one, not a big one, but you can see that price has spent a lot of time trading in here. And I only have a little over an hour left in this trade, and it's not a strike that I want price just to do this in. Okay, it's slightly out of the money, meaning that price was just above my strike when I entered, as we were retesting, as we were testing essentially the top of this box I have here. I don't want price just to diddle-daddle around, and that's something that may happen right now. We are kind of in between sessions, I guess you could say, where the Asian session is taking place, but usually there's not a ton of movement in and around the Asian session. So I would like to get a little bit of a pop down off of this this zone, which right now we've just essentially break even after fees, just slightly in profit. So we need a little bit of movement. I'm going to pause it and I'll come back. Okay guys, we're finally starting to get a little bit of movement here. So we are sitting a little over about 20 bucks profit at, not including fees. I do have a working order in just to grab about 30. I really don't want to sit in this thing for another 50 minutes. If we can pop down a little bit more to grab about 30, then I should be happy with that. Again, this time of night these things can just literally go sideways in like a 5-pip range, and that's not something that I want to just get stuck in, especially being so close to my strike. Definitely not something that I'm interested in. So my working order is at 20. I may close that and just kind of close it out manually. We're kind of smacking some resistance, previous resistance that may become support. I could also see it kind of filling this channel. You can see like a little small channel that's forming here. So that's a possibility too. No matter what, if we fill like this channel and it's lining up with this kind of support area here that acted as support previously, I'm bouncing out of this no matter if it's filled my working order or not. And ideally I would really like it to just kick me out here any minute now, because again, previous resistance, you can see it here, support, support, resistance, broken, may become resistance again. Okay, so not something that you want to really play around with and just try and gamble. Yes, confluence is there, but also, who knows if it's going to, pop down or not, So, between 20 and 30, that's what I'm likely to get out at. And I'm going to pause it just a few more minutes to see what becomes of it. Okay, so we are pushing down just literally maybe 5 seconds later after I paused it. We're pushing down now below this resistance, and I'm likely to get kicked out here in just a second. And we'll see if we can capture that, but like I said, not looking to hold this really. I mean, it hasn't really shown I guess being in the Asian session, you have to also accept the fact that, again, you may end up with just tiny little candles like this and not a ton of movement. This was news related, okay? And like at the beginning of the video, I mentioned that I was planning on shorting it here, but I just missed out. So we'll see if we can push down, maybe try and fill this channel bottom. But again, I'm going to be bouncing out at any sign of reversal, whether I get whether I get that, full profit, or get my working order filled or not. I think I had it at 20, and I've seen 24, but it's a gamble. I mean, it's just time decay. If price can just kind of hover here for 10, 15 more minutes, then yeah, it's going to kick me out with the time decay. But we'll just have to see. So we'll see if we can push down, getting pretty close. But again, it's just bouncing back and forth, and I can sit here and talk for 45 minutes. So I'm just going to pause it, and I'll let you know what happens with it. Okay, so just again a few seconds later, and we're pushing down. We've gotten pretty close to it, but again we're just bouncing back and forth. So we'll see if it gets filled. Nice 15-minute candle closed, you know, below this, but again I could still see this general whole area acting as support. I would really like a retest of this little channel bottom. That will definitely kick me out. If we can get another 2 pip pop down, should do it. So we'll see. But I mean, yeah. So I'll let you know. Okay, guys. So we it just got taken out. I mentioned that if we could get another pip or 2 pushed down, it would likely take me out. So that you know, that filled me at 20. So that was 36 profit, minus $2 fees or so. I'm just doing one contract. I'm not trying to rush this deal. So I've traded Nadex before, and trust me, it's almost has like a slot machine seductiveness to it. Okay, so if you don't learn anything else from these videos or anything, then it is to pick your spots, pick the spots that you're getting out at, and pick the spots that you're going to take your profit at. Spots getting out for a loss or profit. Okay, so yes, had I still been in it, I probably could have gotten a little bit more, but I picked my spot. I was comfortable with where it was at. 66. I mean, I would literally only be getting another $5 right now, and it's essentially right back to where it kicked me out at. Okay, so over where it kicked me out at. So again, Nadex moves fast. Okay, you need to pick your spots, and you need to get out when you are comfortable with your profit. Okay, I'm not comfortable holding this thing now that we've essentially retested this lower zone and this channel down here. I'm not comfortable holding for another 37 minutes. Okay, with price less than 6 pips away from my strike. All I'm looking for is nice confluence. All I'm looking for is a quick 5-10 pip bounce. Okay, that's all I'm looking for, and that's really all you need with at the monies on those 2-hour binaries. A quick 10-15 pip drop is more than enough to profit. Okay, and this is less than. So I got in literally up here, and that was 7 pips. Okay, 7 pips, and it got me, I don't know, 30 some bucks. Okay, you do that a couple times a day. Over time, you start adding contracts. That's game changers right there. Okay, yeah, 30 bucks doesn't seem like a lot, but over time, if you start adding 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 contracts on that, suddenly that 30 bucks turns into 300 bucks for 7 pips. For, let's count it out here. I entered at essentially on this candle here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. Yeah, it traded sideways for half that time. Okay, so it doesn't take a lot of movement to profit decently on Nadex. With that said, it doesn't take a lot of movement to lose your shorts on Nadex either. Okay, so pick your spots, pick your entries, pick your spots. Okay, on that when you're getting out and when you're getting profit. Okay, that's at the core of it. That's all you can do. Now whatever this does now doesn't matter. Okay, GJ, I had that plan, but I missed that trade. Okay, pretty perfect entry right there. Same type of setup. We had a break, retest, and just that movement there. Big bucks on Nadex, depending on your contract size. Okay, so I hope you learned something. Sorry it got a little long and, you know, back and forth, you know, with the platform, but I just wanted to kind of walk you through that process, my thought process on, you know, what I was thinking when I was thinking it, and I hope these help. Let me know. Either way, you know, join me on Instagram, follow me. If you need help with this kind of stuff, let me know. You know, I offer a Forex boot camp. You know, it's an investment in yourself, yeah, but so is any other degree or college. Name one doctor, professional doctor, whether it be a medical doctor, a dentist, you know, any kind of medical professional who went to school and didn't have to pay for it. Okay? Now, I'm not asking your money for your money. Honestly, you know, trading does me well. Okay? But, you know, at the end of the day, if what I'm doing is helpful and you want to learn more and you feel like you need extra help, make that commitment to yourself. Invest in yourself. Okay? So, I hope these help. Take care, friends.